Most people believe they're behind in life, behind their friends, behind their goals, behind where they thought they would be by now. They look at successful people online and think, I'm too late. But the truth is something completely different. You're not behind, you're distracted. And until you understand this, your life will keep feeling stuck. The idea that you're behind in life is mostly an illusion, because there is no universal timeline, there is no global clock. But modern life constantly pushes that narrative. Social media shows you people who seem younger, richer, more successful. You see someone who built a business at 23, someone who bought a house at 28, and suddenly you feel like you're failing, but you're not behind. You're comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. The real problem is not time. The real problem is attention. Most people today are not lacking intelligence. They're lacking focus. Their attention is constantly being pulled in 100 different directions. Notifications, endless scrolling. When your attention is fragmented, your progress disappears. Distraction is incredibly expensive, not financially, but mentally. Every scroll session trains your brain to seek quick dopamine. Slowly, without realizing it, you lose the ability to focus on anything meaningful. You start things, but you don't finish them. Many people think they lack discipline, but often the real issue is something else. Their environment is designed to destroy focus. Your phone is engineered to keep you scrolling. Apps are engineered to keep you watching. Algorithms are engineered to keep you engaged. Because your attention is the most valuable currency in the modern world. If you constantly feel distracted, that's not an accident. That's the system working exactly as designed. But here's the advantage you have. Focus is now extremely rare. And rare skills become powerful. If you can sit down and focus deeply for 2 hours, you're already ahead of most people. They start a task, and suddenly they're watching videos. They sit down to work and respond to notifications. That's not productivity. That's reaction. Focus is not something you wait for. Focus is something you train, just like discipline, just like strength, just like endurance. When you resist that impulse, something powerful happens. Your thinking becomes clearer, and your progress becomes visible. There is a simple rule most successful people follow. They spend most of their time on a few important things, instead of reacting to every distraction. The uncomfortable truth is this. Most people are stuck because their attention is scattered. They are busy, but not productive. They are rarely doing the things that matter. Your life begins to change the moment you protect your attention. You remove distractions. You focus your energy. Progress becomes possible. If you want more honest conversations about discipline, subscribe to Built Beyond Comfort. Because comfort keeps you distracted, but discipline builds the life you actually want. Your phone is not a tool, it's a battlefield. Every time you pick it up, thousands of the world's smartest engineers are fighting for one thing, your attention. These apps are designed like casinos. The bright colors, the pull to refresh, the infinite scroll, it's all engineered to exploit the flaws in your human biology. They've hacked your brain's reward system. They've turned your focus into a slot machine, feeding you tiny hits of dopamine to keep you scrolling while your life stands still. The reason you check your phone every 5 minutes isn't because you're busy. It's because your brain is hunting for a variable reward, a like, a comment, a message. You're a lab rat in a digital maze. If the app is free, you aren't the customer. You are the product. Your time, your energy, and your potential are being sold to the highest bidder every single second. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. You can spend 12 hours a day reacting to notifications and feel exhausted, but you haven't moved an inch closer to your goals. That's not work. That's a trap. Every time you just check a notification, you pay a context-switching debt. It takes your brain an average of 23 minutes to return to deep focus. You aren't multitasking. You're just failing at multiple things at once. Your brain wasn't built for this fragmentation. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing of value. You lose the ability to think deeply, to solve hard problems, and to grow. Because comfort is the enemy of progress. It's easier to scroll than to build. It's easier to watch someone else's success than to create your own. But growth begins where comfort ends. The modern world has killed boredom, but boredom is where creativity is born. If you can't sit in a room alone for 10 minutes without reaching for your phone, you've already lost the war. Deep work is becoming the most valuable skill in the 21st century. If you can reclaim your focus, you aren't just catching up, you are leaping ahead of the distracted 99%. In an economy of distraction, the person who can focus is the king. It is the single greatest competitive advantage you can develop. It is the key to everything you want to build. You don't need more willpower. You need a better environment. You need to remove the triggers, kill the notifications, and build a system that works for you, not against you. This is why I built the Motivation Blueprint. It's a tactical system designed to weaponize your focus and make progress inevitable. It's for those ready to stop being distracted and start building. The world wants you distracted. I want you focused. Subscribe if you're ready for more uncomfortable truths. We're just getting started. Most people are stuck because they are trying to do everything. They have 50 goals and 100 interests. They are moving an inch in 1,000 different directions. That's not progress. That's vibration. The 90% rule is simple. 90% of what you do is noise. Only 10% actually moves the needle. Your job isn't to work harder. It's to identify the 10% and discard everything else. We use busyness as a shield. If we're always doing something, we don't have to confront the fact that we're not getting anywhere. Busy is easy. Focused is hard. Activity is a distraction from achievement. But saying no is uncomfortable. We've been trained to seek the comfort of consensus and yes. But every yes to something trivial is a no to something vital. You are leaking your potential through 1,000 small holes. Success is achieved through elimination, not addition. You don't need a new strategy. You need fewer priorities. When you narrow your focus to one singular path, you become dangerous. You become unstoppable. Execution is not about intensity for one day. It's about consistency for 1 year. Most people overestimate what they can do in a month, but they completely underestimate what they can do in a year of focused execution. If you want to be in the top 1%, you have to start saying no to things the 99% say yes to. No to the distractions. No to the shallow entertainment. No to the comfort of the middle ground. It's comfortable to have many options. It's uncomfortable to burn the bridges and focus on one thing. But remember, growth begins where comfort ends. Comfort is the enemy. When you stop reacting to every shiny object, your focus begins to compound. Your thinking becomes deeper. Your work becomes better. And suddenly, those results that looked impossible start to arrive. That is the 90% rule in action. Audit your last 24 hours. How much of it was spent on your top 10%? If the answer is not much, then you're not behind. You're just drowning in the noise. It's time to cut the dead weight. In an age of shallow distraction, the ability to do deep, focused work is a superpower. While everyone else is skimming the surface, you are diving deep. That is where the value is created. That is where you win. If you're tired of the noise and ready to execute, this is exactly why I built the Motivation Blueprint. It's the system for those who are done being distracted and are ready to be dangerous. It's time to build your focus. Reclaim your focus, reclaim your life. Subscribe if you're ready for more uncomfortable truths. We're just getting started. We've talked about the distraction and the 90% rule. But to win, you need one more thing, a total mindset rebuild. You need to stop playing the short game and start playing the long game. Motivation is a feeling. Systems are a structure. Feelings fade when things get hard. Structures hold you up when you want to quit. Successful people don't wait to feel like working. They have a system that makes work inevitable. The long game is boring. It's unglamorous. It's doing the same 10% every single day while the world is chasing the next shiny distraction. But the long game is the only game where the wins are permanent. In a world of instant gratification, patience is a weapon. Most people quit because they don't see results in 30 days. They don't realize that the first 90% of the work produces the last 10% of the results. Stop saying you want to be focused. Start saying you are focused. When your identity changes, your actions follow. You aren't someone trying to avoid distraction. You are someone who doesn't value it. Every time you reach for your phone, ask yourself, am I seeking progress or am I seeking comfort? If it's comfort, put it down. Remember, growth begins where comfort ends. Comfort is the enemy. Every second you spend distracted is a tax on your future self. You are paying for temporary dopamine with your permanent potential. It is the most expensive trade you will ever make. Stop paying the tax. Build a wall around your focus. Guard it like your life depends on it, because the quality of your life depends on the quality of your attention. If you control your focus, you control your destiny. You are not behind in life. You never were. You were just distracted. The moment you reclaim your focus, the timeline resets. You can achieve in 1 year what takes the distracted world 10. I've spent years building the systems to kill distraction. I've put all of it into the motivation blueprint. This isn't just a course, it's the operating system for a high-performance life. It's time to weaponize your mind. If you're ready to stop making excuses and start making progress, join the motivation blueprint today. Stop being the product. Start being the architect. The link is below. This is the end of the series, but it's the beginning of your new life. Stay focused, stay uncomfortable. Subscribe to Built Beyond Comfort if you're ready for the truth every single week. Because comfort is the enemy. Growth begins where comfort ends. Subscribe now. I'll see you in the next one.